Welcome to Marketing Without the Marketing. I'm your host, Michael Bosey. Thank you for joining me. Now, in the last episode, I was talking about the ambient awareness test and why it's a good idea to listen. Now, that episode was about listening passively, but I want to talk about another instrument that we use to listen, but to do so more directly, and that's by using a quiz. A quiz can be a great strategy because people want to learn about themselves, and this is a way to sort of start a conversation. And I wanted to include that here on this podcast. I had written a blog post called How to Create a Marketing Quiz for Lead Generation. And over the hundreds of blog posts that I've published, this is one of the best performing posts I've ever had. And I figured, you can go and read the post, or, I'll give it to you here in podcast form as well. All right, let's get started. Now, marketing is more than just creating awareness about your business. I mean, look, if it were that simple, then all you would need to do is to generate attention in order to create success. But we know that's not the case. Now, your business exists to solve a problem. So in order for you to find and connect with potential customers, there are two elements of awareness that are really, really important to the equation. One, does the customer know that they have this particular problem? And two, does the customer know that your business can solve this problem? Now, most businesses go straight to the second point, right? They want to talk about, this is my business, and you have this problem, and I can solve it, right? And the result is often that you end up sort of talking past your customer, and, they don't feel like they're heard. Now, it's a little counterintuitive, but that first point is what can get you in the door. It can open the conversation and start building the trust that you need to ultimately lead a customer to choose your solution, right? You want to make people feel like they're heard. You don't want to go just to feature dumping and telling people, here are all the things I can do for you with my product or service. They're not ready to hear that from you yet, right? And the first point feels like a little counterintuitive, right? Does the customer know that they have this particular problem? This is covered by Eric Ries in the Lean Startup. And it's a key point in what he calls customer discovery, where often they don't realize or can't articulate the particular problem that they have until you show up and quote unquote educate them about that. When they start to see the potential for other solutions, or they might be struggling, or another indicator might be that they've built a solution that's sort of jerry-rigged and, kludgy. These are indicators that they might be searching for a new solution, but haven't quite articulated it yet. And you might show up just at the right point and let them know that, hey, there is a problem. Like, ding, ding, ding. I can see the thing that you're struggling with. And also that's matched to a solution that we offer. Now, a quiz can be the perfect starting point to help customers understand this problem that they're having. And let's look at why that's the case and how to implement a strategy for your own business. Now, I'll underscore a point from earlier, but this is why quizzes are good for generating leads. People like to find out about themselves. Any good salesperson knows this, right? That selling is about listening. And what we see instead is that, marketers or salespeople want to start telling people about all the good things that they can do for the customer, all the great things that they can do to help, to keep talking until hopefully the customer will relent and say, okay, I give up, throw up your hands, and I'll make a purchase from you. That's fine, right? Look, that rarely works. But people do like to talk about themselves. And if you're a good marketer, you let them. If you're truly listening, they'll tell you exactly what they need. Maybe not directly, but you will be able to discern whether or not you can actually help them, right? And if you find that you're not the right person that can help them, that's the next best thing to finding out that you actually can, so that you can just move on and not waste time trying to convince the wrong person to try to become a customer if that's never going to happen anyway. I always say that a no is better than a maybe, because at least it's clarity and it gives you the chance to just move on and spend your time on things that actually have the chance of coming through. But if it is a match, and key thing, that the customer can see that match clearly, or as clearly as you can, right? Then great. You've helped them. You've earned trust. You now have a leg up on any potential competitor because you have now established yourself as the go-to. And the kicker in all this is that, they feel that they've come to the decision on their own. It has been cemented. And that's the first step towards the next level that we want, which is advocacy, right? They're going to convince themselves in a much stronger way that they found you, you're the right solution, and they're going to defend you to the end of the earth because now they're invested in it. It's their discovery. And Psychology 101 teaches us that when we come to our own decision on something, it's very hard to sway us from that decision. This dynamic is very, very difficult to achieve because one, you can't force it. And two, it's kind of like gardening. You got to put stuff out there, plant the seeds, and create the environment for this dynamic to grow. And it takes time. Hand-to-hand selling is very, very slow. As I say, you don't want your business to go at the speed of you. You want the sales effort, the marketing effort to be carried by others, by advocates. And you can only do that when trust is really, really at a high level. And trust takes time. I talk about that all the time because it is the driving force behind any of these concepts here. It's going to take time. All right, I think I'll stop there. And in the next episode in this series, I'll get into the 4 principles of what I think makes up an effective marketing quiz. And I hope you'll join me then. All right, thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next episode.